Georgia requires all real estate professionals to obtain a license. The process for obtaining a license is explained in Title 43, Chapter 40, Subsections 7 through 11 of the Georgia Code. We'll provide a summary of the process, educational requirements, and the continuing education requirements to maintain a real estate broker's or salesperson's license in Georgia. The initial application process requires you to provide basic information about you and your business. If you intend to operate under your own name, you'll be asked to provide that along with the address at which you'll be conducting business, as well as other information requested by the Commission. For those operating as a specific entity, such as a partnership or limited liability company, the business name and then name and residential address of the members of the company must be provided. Those who are operating as corporations must provide the corporate name, as well as the name and address of the corporate officers. The information you submit as part of the application process is kept confidential. However, once your license is granted, part of the information submitted will be available publicly, including names, license number and status, information on your business, and whether you've been subject to any sanctions. Other information, including training, may also be made publicly available at the discretion of the Commission. Subsection 8 defines the qualifications for Community Association Manager's license. The qualifications include being at least 18 years of age, a resident of Georgia, and high school diploma or GED. There are other requirements which must be met, including passing a criminal background check, completion of 25 hours in an approved manager's study course, and passing an approved real estate exam. Should you be unable to meet any of these requirements, your request for this license will be denied, and you will not be entitled to a hearing. The requirements for a broker or associate broker's license is also part of Subsection 8. The requirements are slightly different. You must be at least 21 years old to apply, have an active license, and have maintained an active license for a minimum of 3 of the last 5 years at the time of application. Educational requirements include 60 hours of Commission-approved coursework. Those who are previously licensed as Community Association Managers must have completed 75 hours of additional approved instruction. Passing the Commission-approved real estate exam is also required. Like the Community Association Manager, failure to meet all requirements will result in your application being denied and no appeal hearing granted. In order to qualify to become a real estate salesperson, you must satisfy the following requirements. First, you must be at least 18 years old with a high school diploma or a certificate of equivalency. Second, you must complete the required 75-hour Georgia Real Estate Salesperson's course, which is what you are currently taking. And finally, you must pass the Real Estate Salesperson's state exam. Once you have obtained your salesperson's license, there are additional requirements which must be met to maintain your license. The Commission requires each professional to undertake at least 25 hours of continued education within 1 year of obtaining their license. Should you fail to complete the additional training requirements, you must surrender your license immediately. Lapses in licensing may be cured by completing the required course and exam within 6 months of surrender. Instructors, as well as courses required under this section, must be approved by the Commission. The Commission also has the right, but not the obligation, to approve training other than in-person training. Subsection 9 defines the rules of non-Georgia residents who have a license in other states. Those who do not reside in Georgia and have maintained a license since at least July 1991 will have many of these requirements waived. To do so, they must show proof they have a current license. They must pay the fees and attest they have reviewed the section of the rules and regulations for brokers in Georgia. Should a non-Georgia resident participate in any agreement with an in-state broker, they must have a written agreement which complies with all commission rules and regulations. Licensing as a broker may be denied if a firm fails to comply with any of the provisions of the Georgia Code. Any person who acts as a licensee must hold a real estate license, or the firm's broker's license may be suspended or denied.